Have you ever met someone who always thinks they're right no matter what? Or maybe you've caught yourself acting that way? Self-righteousness can make us feel superior, but it can also hold us back. It prevents us from seeing different perspectives, learning from others, and ultimately growing as individuals. In this video, we'll explore how self-righteousness can be an obstacle to personal growth, and more importantly, how to overcome it with practical steps. Self-righteousness is the belief that your own views, values, or actions are morally or intellectually superior to others. It often leads to judgment, close-mindedness, and even conflict. It's not just about thinking you're right, it's about being unwilling to consider that you might be wrong. Psychologists describe self-righteousness as a defense mechanism, our way of reinforcing our identity and avoiding discomfort. It's natural to want to protect our beliefs, but when we do so at the cost of growth, we create barriers that keep us from evolving. Have you ever been in a situation where someone refused to acknowledge another perspective, even when presented with clear evidence? That's self-righteousness in action. It can happen in political debates, religious discussions, or even small disagreements in daily life. Over time, this mindset can make us resistant to change and blind to valuable insights. Here's why self-righteousness is a major roadblock to growth: close-mindedness. When we believe we already have all the answers, we stop learning. Growth requires humility and curiosity. Imagine a scientist who refuses to consider new evidence because they're convinced they're right. Progress would come to a halt. Strained relationships. No one likes being around someone who constantly preaches or dismisses their ideas. Self-righteousness can push people away, creating tension in friendships, workplaces, and even families. Resistance to change. Personal growth is about evolving, but if we're unwilling to see our flaws, we stay stuck. History has shown that many breakthroughs, whether in science, philosophy, or personal development, came from those who were willing to question their own beliefs. Emotional stagnation. Self-righteousness often comes from a place of fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of change, or fear of losing control. When we hold on to it, we block ourselves from experiencing deeper emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Lack of innovation. In business, creativity, and life in general, the best ideas often come from open-minded discussions. If we dismiss anything that challenges our beliefs, we limit our potential to create, innovate, and improve. Inability to adapt. Life is constantly changing. Those who cling to rigid beliefs often struggle when circumstances shift. Adaptability is key to success in all areas of life. If you want to break free from self-righteousness, here are several powerful techniques you can try. Practice self-reflection. Ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? A willingness to question your own beliefs fosters growth. Journaling about your thoughts, emotions, and experiences can help you recognize when self-righteousness is creeping in. Develop empathy. Make a habit of genuinely listening to others. Try to understand their perspectives instead of just waiting to respond. Engage in conversations with people who have different viewpoints and truly seek to understand why they think the way they do. Stay curious. Read books, engage in discussions, and expose yourself to diverse viewpoints. Growth comes from learning, and learning requires an open mind. Challenge yourself to read or listen to ideas that contradict your own beliefs. Accept imperfection. You don't have to be right all the time. Growth means embracing mistakes and learning from them. The most successful and wise people are those who acknowledge their flaws and work to improve them. Seek constructive feedback. Surround yourself with people who challenge your views in a respectful way. Encourage discussions that push you out of your comfort zone, and be willing to admit when you've learned something new. Recognize the ego's role. Often, self-righteousness is tied to our ego. When we feel attacked or defensive, it's a sign that our ego is in control. Take a step back, breathe, and ask yourself if your reaction is helping or hindering your growth. Practice mindfulness and patience. When faced with opposing views, instead of reacting immediately, take a moment to process. Mindfulness helps you respond with clarity rather than defensiveness. Engage in open discussions. Instead of debating to win, engage in discussions to understand. The goal should be mutual learning rather than proving someone wrong. Adopt a growth mindset. Understand that intelligence and beliefs are not fixed. Being open to learning and evolving helps you become a better version of yourself. Expose yourself to different cultures and experiences. Travel, read about different traditions, or engage with people from diverse backgrounds. This broadens your perspective and reduces the tendency to believe one way is the only way. Self-righteousness may feel like confidence, but true growth comes from humility, openness, and the willingness to evolve. The more we let go of the need to always be right, the more we learn, connect, and improve. Imagine a world where people approached differences with curiosity instead of judgment, where conversations were about learning rather than proving a point. That's the kind of mindset that leads to true personal growth and deeper connections with others. What do you think? Have you ever struggled with self-righteousness? Feel free to discuss in the comments. Share your experiences and let's grow together. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more content on self-improvement and personal growth.